Being wealthy has to do with the manner and the way of your thinking. Being poor also has to do with your way of thinking and your attitude in life. Being educated has very little to do with your college degree. When you're thirsty, a glass of water is fortune. When you're hungry, a piece of meal, a piece of food is fortune. When you're sleepy, a quiet, comfortable place to sleep is fortune. A very wealthy man was asked in a group setting, would you let your daughter marry a poor man? He responded, and I'm paraphrasing, being poor or being wealthy at the time is meaningless. I want to give my daughter to someone who's able to create wealth. You see, a poor man that wins a lottery is nothing but a poor man with a lot of money. He will soon lose that money. But a penniless man who is going to school, he believes in learning something, and he has a plan to succeed, to create something. He is already wealthy. He just doesn't have the money yet. It all has to do with your way of thinking. Why do you think it is that those who win the lottery end up, a few years later, end up in jail, poor, lonely, miserable? As I've said it before in my other videos, there was an example of an extreme example of a man in Minnesota who won something like $60 million or something. And after, I think it was 3 years, he said, my biggest wish is that I had never won this money. Just think about that. You could look it up. I have many easy explanations as to why that is, but that's for another video and another time. But being thankful for the things that you do have is the most certain and assured way of being fulfilled, satisfied, and happy in life, and to invite more blessings into your life. Being ungrateful for the blessings that you have, and I assure you, no matter where you are standing in life, you have many, is a sure way of continuing to be miserable, unhappy, and bringing further misery into your life. Just remember that whether you're rich or whether you're poor or whether someone you know is rich or poor, it has to do with their way of thinking and their mannerisms in life. The world is full of people who have lost their money, who were once very successful from their own way of thinking and from their own creation and from their own mannerism. They lost their money, and then a couple years later they were back to where they started, and even better. There was a man, a security guard at a bank, who once found a bag of money full of a couple $100,000 in cash. The story is that he went and turned it in to the bank manager. The bank manager was very impressed with his honesty, elevated him to a job as a head of security, and I'll make a long story short. And he made it then promoted him to another position at the same bank branch, and another position, and another position. He was doing such an exemplary job, and everybody was so impressed with his way of thinking and his honesty and his integrity. He soon became a branch manager and then a regional manager. And then the story is that after 6 years, his earnings plus his bonuses far exceeded that bag of cash money that he had found. And because this was an ongoing thing, it would end up being far, far more than that cash that he found would ever be. Someone who stumbles into, you know, a lot of money, and someone who never had any money and doesn't know how to make money, doesn't know how to create wealth, and has the wrong thinking and wrong mannerisms, he will find a magical way to quickly redistribute that money and lose it. We see it all the time, even with professional athletes that are given large amounts of money, and you see that when their career is over, a lot of them are penniless. They go buy these cars and things and this and that because while they're good at maybe putting a ball in a metal hoop, they're not good at managing money. They're clueless, and they end up being where they were before. So imagine and remember, it has everything to do with your way of thinking and your mannerisms and your habits, that it has to do with running into a lot of money. Don't ever wish that you win something. Wish that you be wish that you're shown a way of thinking and mannerisms and an attitude that will be guaranteed to make you wealthy. Or define wealthy whatever you want. Having a kind of life that you desire, having whatever it is that you need. Some people are perfectly happy with certain things, and some people are not happy unless they have this and that and this. You know, it doesn't matter the amount. It doesn't matter the number of zeros. Whatever it is that you want, whatever kind of lifestyle it is that you wish to live, it all has to do with your way of thinking. We all have 24 hours in a day. How we spend it, how we use that time, how we think, our attitude determines what we're going to end up with when that 24 hours is over. All the best.